How's it going, guys? Kind of figured out to hop on here and make a little video for myself. I don't know if I'm gonna end up putting this out, but might as well, this is for my future self to look back on, these kind of conversations, these topics, evidently what I'm thinking, what I'm going through on this journey to the top. Because, I'm on a generational run here. I can already feel it. I know it. I just gotta stay consistent and follow through with the process. But something I kind of wanted to really get on here and chat about, especially for myself to look back on, is that like what really got me going today was a couple days ago. I sat down with my mentor and we had like a 4-hour, 5-hour chat. I always love having these chats with my mentor, because it's one thing to have a mentor to help you financially and, help you learn some things and get to where you need to be or build the life that you want. But it's another thing to have a mentor that helps you mentally, spiritually, And one thing that we kind of really touched on and really addressed was the fact that, evidently that, to slow down and enjoy life. Look around. You've heard the quote, you gotta stop and look around and smell the roses, every once in a while. And, because through all the growth, through all the failures, through all the difficult times, building yourself up to the man you want to become or woman, we push heavy. We really push heavy to get to the top as quickly as possible, to build the life that we want as quickly as possible. And not understanding that the whole point of life is to just live, because it's one in 400 trillionth chance that we are born. So technically, if you're alive, if you're on Earth, if you're seeing this video, even my future self Drake, if you're seeing this video, you already won. 1 in 400 trillionth chance of being born. And we're all worried about a bunch of things that are small or doesn't matter at the end of the day, because tomorrow isn't promised. People plan and have plans for tomorrow, plan for events, whatever it may be, not knowing if tomorrow will even happen, if tomorrow's even promised, if we're gonna even wake up. And basically my mentor touched on the fact that, just slow down every once in a while. And the thing that really triggered this conversation was me telling him that I'm very antsy and very eager to get this franchise going, and I'm already looking for the next flip, And nonetheless, he said that is good, that you're already planning ahead, you're keeping up with the momentum, you're not losing that momentum, but, don't lose touch, don't lose sight of what you went through and who you became up till this point. All the failures, all the difficult times, just understand and looking at the person you've become between now and then. You can't have, one foot. I'll put in two different perspectives here. You can't have one foot in the past and then one foot in the future. You either gotta have both feet in the future and fully push for it, or on the other end, that I kind of made my own twist on, is have one foot in the present and have one foot in the future. Because who the hell knows if tomorrow you end up ill and it turns out you have, terminal illness and you're gonna die in a couple days, or who knows if you'll get hit by a bus tomorrow, or if you get robbed and killed. or get in a terrible accident. We don't know. We don't know what tomorrow has in store for us. And on the other aspect of things that I've briefly touched on here before about is, mainly falling in love with the process. Don't overanalyze and overlook towards the end result, because the end result cannot be something that you want. You can lose yourself between now and then. Anything could happen. So just take the time to really slow down and understand what you've done, what you've built to this point. Whether you're in the beginning or the middle of your journey, whatever it may be, just understand that who you've become, the things you have done, the failures, the hard times you've gotten through, nonetheless, the person you've trained yourself to be to this point is far more important to focus on. And focusing on today being incrementally better. Because, for me, something I've been really trying to work towards is leaving my problems in God's hands, whether you believe in God or not. I used to tell everybody that the only way to succeed is, having faith in God and having God in your life and having that relationship. But everybody has their own situation on how they think about that. But I genuinely can tell you, if you stop worrying about how much you want to make per month, the cars that you want to have, the houses, all of it, the women, all of it, and focus more on the person you can become, the person you are becoming, the people you are helping, is far more greater, far more fulfilling than anything else that this world can offer you, that money can buy. Because you would hate if you put all this work in and you became ultra wealthy and you ended up completely overlooking the process, and you hate yourself, you hate your life, you're bored, you're depressed, and it almost feels like a sense that it was all for nothing. Because I sure as hell would hate that. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm just trying to get this good angle here. But yeah, I sure as hell would hate that. And I bet you would too. So just take a step back, slow down. I mean, this is especially my position. I'm a very, I'm a go type of person, And evidently I used to not be like that. I was very laid back, very chill, very, lazy in some extent, But when it came to my goals and my dreams, I was always looking ahead. I'm a big visionary, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there's a certain extent to it where you have to just have patience. Have patience and trust God's gonna take care of you. Because God wouldn't put you through things if He knew that you couldn't handle them, if He knew it wasn't destined for you. So that's the biggest takeaway for me, because it's crazy, because I said it, I'll say it again, I'm about to go on a generational run here. I know I'm about to achieve great things. I know I'm about to build a legacy. I know I'm about to do things I never thought I could ever do. But all the late nights of not being able to fall asleep, the 3 a.m. thoughts, the consistently staying up, going on walks, just wondering if it's all gonna work out, wondering if I went down the right road, if I chose the right path. It's all paid off. I still struggle to sleep. I still struggle to understand that things are going to be all right. And I know I'm going to look back at this, and I know that I was right in the end. God was right in the end. Because if you have trust in God, how can you lose? How can you lose? So don't be afraid to take the risk. Take the leap. Take the leap and figure it out on the way down. Because if you sit there and plan and plan and plan and overanalyze, you're never gonna do it. You know, God in the world does not reward the thinkers. It rewards the risk takers. It rewards the people who actually take action, even on the small things, even if it's just being better. You know, in the gym, you know, in your life, in your relationships, at your job, at your craft. That's what really, really matters. And me being 22, going through these last couple of years, just trying to build the life that I want to live. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I'm starting to really realize that at the end of the day, we're all gonna die. Everything we're working towards, everything we're building, I wouldn't say is for nothing, but all the materialistic things, it's not gonna amount to anything. You might impress a couple people. You might become friends with people who only care for you about your materialistic things. But it's more about the person. It's more about just being better. It's simple as that. You know? And it's hard to grasp that. It's hard to grasp and understand that, you know, the idea of what we want out of life, the idea of what social media has sold us on is what we want, is what we think we want. But that's not the case. So you just gotta learn to be happy with where you are, learn to be happy with what you've done, learn to be happy with yourself, love yourself. I'm working on that myself, you know. But I know my future self is gonna look back at this video and understand that I caught on pretty early on. You know, like all the things, all the trying times, all the trials I've gone through to get to this point, the process, the things I've had to do to get to where I am today. It's only a minuscule amount of my journey, but it matters to me so much. So take pride in what you do. Take pride in your work. Take pride in your craft, and create, man. Don't be afraid. Take the risk. Understand God will take care of you. You know, God didn't create us to be mediocre. He created us to be gladiators, to be winners, to be champions. You know, that's why the losers, the people who think the world is after them don't get rewarded. You know, so be that champion, be that gladiator, be someone that wins consistently, even when failures arise. Every failure has a win in it. Every single failure you go through in life has a win in it, and a primary win is just understanding and knowing that this failure will make you better. The failures is what makes us to be who we are. The things that we go through makes us out to who we are. It trains us. Because without training, how can we be great? Without trials and tribulations, how can we be great? It's as simple as that. People are so afraid to fail. Hell, I was afraid to fail. But as soon as I understood God puts me through failures, allows Satan to put me through failures, allows Satan to put me through some tough shit, I love it. I thank God for it. I appreciate God for it. Because that's what makes us human. What makes us human is just feeling the failure, feeling the hurt, feeling the pain, feeling the loss, being lost. That's what being human is. And to that, for whoever's watching, for future Drake here, slow down. Understand God has you in his hands to take the risk, and everything will work out. Everything has to work out. And that's life. You know, we go through things on a daily basis that might scare the crap out of us, but it's training. It's training. Fall into the failure, my friends, and to build the legacy that you want.